The story begins with a boy named Tai who has just lost his family in an accident with truck Kun. The incident made him realize that life is fragile, so he becomes scared, thinking he could lose everyone dear to him at any time. His childhood friend, Mumi, mourns the death of his family, but she tells him not to worry because she will never leave him. After some time, we see Tai in his classroom as his classmates approach him, inviting him to go out with them, but he turns them down, which frustrates them because this isn't the first time he rejected them. They wonder why he doesn't want to spend time with them, but realize he's nervous, so they decide to back off, thinking he must be shy. We learn that he's happy they approached him, he just doesn't want to talk to people because he still can't get over the death of his family. After they leave, Mumi approaches him and gives him food, telling him he needs to eat well. Their classmates observe them and feel jealous because they all like Mumi. She becomes worried about Tai because he's starting to develop antisocial behavior, saying he needs to talk to people. But he reminds her how she rejected their senior Tanaka, thinking he's a great person. Tai wonders why she turned him down, but she tells Tai not to think about her, saying he needs to move on and talk to their classmates. She's about to feed him, but Vice Principal Hakawa eats it instead, so she becomes upset, reminding him about his promise to stop snacking. But he explains that he just couldn't control himself. She knows that he's supposed to be on a business trip, but he explains that he changed his schedule because he missed eating her food. He likes the color of her hair, but she tells him to return to his office, and he tells Tai to meet him after class. Tai wonders if he did something wrong, thinking Hakawa is a weirdo. After class, Tai enters Hakawa's office, wondering why he was summoned, but Hakawa reveals that he has a collection of Mumi's pictures. He explains that he has taken countless pictures of her, revealing that he has been watching her from the shadows to protect her from her suitors. He knows that Tanaka asked her out, and we see that Hakawa tortured him, telling him to stay away from her. Tai realizes he's in danger because Hakawa is insane, and he threatens to kill Tai, asking him if he's starting to have feelings for her. So Tai becomes stunned, fearing for his life, but Hakawa tells him not to take it personally, saying Mumi is his sister. But a girl suddenly arrives and presses a button, covering the room with light, allowing Tai to escape. He regains consciousness, and Mumi greets him, saying she's glad that he's okay. But he realizes he's surrounded by strangers, so he panics, asking them who they are. Mumi tells him to calm down, introducing them as her siblings. She reveals that the girl who saved him is Futaba, and she has a brother named Shinzo who seems to be obsessed with firearms. She has another brother named Kango who seems to like cats, and her sister Cheyenne appears to be tech-savvy. Her brother Nano likes to perform experiments, and they have a guard dog named Goliath. Mumi reveals that they're a family of spies, and Tai can't believe this, wondering if he's being pranked. He takes one of Shinzo's guns, thinking it's a toy, but he shoots it, realizing that it's real. They tell him that being a spy is just an ordinary job, and they're working as freelancers, but they appear to be struggling because the government spies are offering their services for a cheaper price. But Cheyenne reveals that the family has the best reviews on the internet, and Kango adds that their brother Ichiro is boosting their popularity because the ladies love him. Tai realizes that Kango is talking about Hakawa, and Futaba explains that he's a flawed man, but he's the best spy in the family. Tai wonders why he's being targeted, so she reveals that they received intel which mentioned that someone wants to kill Mumi. Futaba reveals that Mumi almost died because of Ichiro, and the stress from the incident caused her to have white hair. He blames himself for what happened, so he started obsessing over her, wanting to do everything it takes to protect her. He got rid of the people around her, but he made an exception for Tai because he's her childhood friend. But after learning about the intel, Ichiro decided to eliminate him. The alarm suddenly rings as Ichiro enters the house, but the siblings promise to protect Tai. Shinzo reveals that he set traps around the house, but everyone knows that they're still at a disadvantage because Ichiro has incredible skills. Tai thinks he's causing trouble for them, but Futaba tells him not to think about it, saying it's always been a family issue. She advises him to marry Mumi as she explains that there's a rule in their family which prevents them from killing each other. She tells him about the cherry blossom ring, which is used by everyone in her family, saying marriage becomes official the moment half of it is given to his spouse. Ichiro can't kill him if Mumi gives him the ring, but she doesn't want to marry him because he still hasn't moved on from the death of his family, and Futaba respects their wishes. Everyone prepares to fight Ichiro, but they realize that he's already in the room, saying he destroyed Shinzo's traps. Futaba warns him to back off, but he refuses, so she suddenly slams him into the ground, and everyone starts ganging up on him. but he's able to defend himself, and he uses his weapon to blow them away. He tells them to hand over Tai, threatening to destroy the house if they don't cooperate, but Futaba charges in, trying to close the distance, but she ends up being restrained. Cheyenne tells the others to retreat as she prepares to fight, but Ichiro tells her she's no match for him. But she doesn't care, and she summons her drones, ordering them to fire. We cut to Tai as he worries about the others, but Mumi reminds him that they aren't allowed to kill family members, so everyone's going to be fine. She shows him a hiding spot, telling him to stay there, but she realizes he's worried, so she assures him that she isn't going anywhere. Ichiro is able to defeat the drones, and he sees Mumi with Tai, telling her to give him a hug, but she suddenly attacks him, so he uses his wires to restrain her. He admits that he's impressed, and he removes the mask, knowing Kango was disguised as Mumi. He knows that Mumi is pretending to be Tai, and we see Tai watching them, realizing she's in trouble. She removes her mask, telling him to leave Tai alone because he isn't trying to kill her, and he agrees to this, but he tells her she can't leave the house, saying it's dangerous outside. He explains that he's going to get rid of everything around her so that nobody can harm her, and he allows himself to get stabbed as he mentions that he's willing to risk his life to protect her. She's about to accept his condition, but Tai suddenly appears, telling Ichiro to let her go, but he refuses, saying Tai should stay away from their family. He realizes that Ichiro is just like him, because he's also afraid to lose what's precious to him, but Tai doesn't agree with his methods, knowing Mumi is suffering because of him. So Tai tells her to marry him, saying he's going to be fine because she promised him that she will never leave him. So she throws him a ring, but as he's about to take it, Ichiro stops him, saying he will never allow Tai to marry her. But he refuses to give up, and he's able to take it as he recalls how Mumi always looked after him, so he doesn't want her to suffer because of Ichiro. The siblings arrive, and they see Tai wearing the ring, promising to protect Mumi, so they celebrate, thinking he's amazing, and Futaba tells Ichiro to train him so that he can protect Mumi.